Hi again, everyone. Welcome to NJ Sports Media on the Sidelines. I'm Lou Brogno here at the home of the Warriors, Waldwick High School, as they get ready to go into the first round of the New Jersey State football playoffs this Friday night as the number one seed hosting North Warren. We'll talk a little bit about that game a little bit later on. But first of all, a look back at last week and what a tremendous come-from-behind victory it was for the Ironmen of Don Bosco Prep. Trailing by 11 points going into the second half. DePaul dreaming upset at Granatell Stadium, but the Ironmen with a huge second half come up with a victory, a big psychological lift as they head into the non-public Group 4 playoffs this weekend. Let's pick up the action in this one, and Bosco had a good drive early on, and they capped it off with this 23-yard field goal from Leo Vias. He kicks it through, and Bosco had a 3-0 lead, but then DePaul dominating the first half, especially at the line of scrimmage. Kareem Walker takes it in on a 2-yard touchdown run, and the Spartans had a 7-3 lead. In the second quarter, Walker with a tremendous run. How about this one? A 42-yard touchdown blast through the right tackle hole. He takes it all the way for the touchdown. You can see why this guy has no less than 21 Division I scholarship offers. He takes it in for the touchdown, and DePaul has a 14-3 lead heading into the locker room. Second half, well, it's the Bosco of old. You know that Greg Toll probably read the Ironmen the riot act at halftime, and they responded. How about 35 points in the second half? Wes McCoy rolling out, finds Jimmy Scholes in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. 14-10, the Ironmen close the gap. Then Lawrence Stevens, who possesses tremendous speed from the wide receiver position, he takes the ball on a handoff, races 23 yards for the touchdown to give Bosco a 17-14 lead, their first lead since they led early in the game 3-0. Defense turns to offense, scoring points on the defensive side of the football. Michael Gucha with a 22-yard pick six takes it in on the interception return. Bosco now has a 10-point lead. They're up 24-14. DePaul comes back. Another good drive capped off by this 20-yard touchdown scamper. Kareem Walker taking it in for the touch. He closes the gap, but Bosco puts it away, slamming the door on the Spartans. McCoy on a 15-yard ad-lib touchdown run. He takes it in 38-20. Ironmen win it, and they go on to the big victory, scoring 35 second half points. So Don Bosco Prep wins the game, and now they head into non-public Group 4 playoff action. And this weekend, they will take on the number 5 seed as Bosco gets the 4th seed. And this is not a gimme, folks. St. Augustine Prep coming up from South Jersey. The Hermits are 7-1, and this is a big-time team from southern New Jersey. Bosco taking on, as we said, the Hermits, whose only loss has been to St. Joe's Hamilton this year. But Bosco counters, making their 24th playoff appearance in their illustrious history, and they have some weapons, as you know. Wes McCoy at quarterback. He can run, hurt you with the run, and of course he can hurt you with the pass. Malik Backer comes back to the lineup this week after being banged up, did not play against DePaul last week, but they say he is ready to go for this playoff game. And of course, the lightning quick Lawrence Stevens adds some zip to that offense as well. Defensive side of the football, that's where Bosco is at its strongest. Kevin Feeder, their outstanding defensive tackle who's committed to Ohio State, had a couple of sacks last week against DePaul. He will be tough to deal with for St. Augustine Prep. And, of course, Anthony Malaguti in the middle at linebacker. He spearheads that tough Bosco defense. Bosco going up against a tough opponent, but I like the Ironmen to prevail in their first-round playoff game and move on to the non-public Group 4 semifinals. To the public schools we go, and North Jersey Section 1 Group 5, the number 1 seed there, the Mounties of Montclair taking on the 8th-seeded Livingston Lancers. Montclair, I think, will be too much for Livingston in this game. Montclair has been on fire of late. led by their outstanding quarterback, Elijah Robinson, who is committed to Boston College. This year, he has been so balanced. 162 yards per game on the ground, 126 yards through the air. When he doesn't run it, he can hand it off to the pounding Shaquan Oliver. He gives Montclair quite a 1-2 offensive tandem. On the defensive side of the ball, Kevin Robinson has been terrific all season, and Montclair's defense has been lights out really over the last 4 games. This is a team, Montclair, that averages 250 yards on the ground. That ground game will be too much for Livingston in their first round game. If you're looking ahead in North Jersey Section 1, Group 5, look ahead to a Montclair Union City rematch. These two teams played earlier this year. That could be your Section 1 Group 5 final. In North Jersey Section 1, Group 4, this might be the best game of the weekend. 6-seeded Nutley, the Raiders taking on number 3 seed Paramus. The Spartans have been playing terrific football over the last several weeks, and this might be one of the toughest brackets in New Jersey. The number 1 seed is Pascack Valley. They've got to be the favorite. Roxbury's the number 2 seed, a Morris County powerhouse. So we said Paramus is the 3rd seed, and Old Tappan is the number 4 seed. That's a pretty strong number 4 seed. This an even game. Nutley features 2 outstanding offensive players in Frank Malanga, who's been terrific all season long, and Craig Merkel, their outstanding quarterback, who also has been outstanding with Nutley. This is a team that has put up a lot of points this year, and a Paramus team also that has a fairly prolific offense. Tyler Smith, their terrific quarterback, a 4-year starter. Their senior. Look for him to try to connect with one of the top receivers in northern New Jersey, Mike Mimo, and Chris Voorhees as well. Their running back, Bryce Jacob, gives them a nice combination of pass and run. This is going to be one tough game to call. I like Paramus in a very close game, but Nutley certainly is capable of pulling off the upset in this first-round matchup. To North Jersey Section 2, Group 4 we go. And the Patriots of Colonia are the number 1 seed there, ahead of Phillipsburg. The State Liners, the number 2 seed. Colonia taking on the 8th seed, Scotch Plains Fanwood. There's been a lot of talk about Colonia's regular season schedule. Has it been somewhat soft in the GMC? We're about to find out. I think in this first round, they'll be in pretty good shape, but this is a tough bracket with Phillipsburg down the road. Still, they feature one of the top quarterbacks in central New Jersey, Tenny Adewusi, 1,168 yards and 13 touchdowns through the air, 821 yards, 10 touchdowns rushing. Sam Pirro also has been outstanding out of the running back position, and the defense has been terrific as well for the undefeated Patriots led by Solomon Manning. Colonia to prevail in this first round game against Scotch Plains and move on to the second round. And finally, that brings us to the North Jersey Section 1 Group 2 game. It's a lot of words there. Waldwick, undefeated. They'll play right here at Waldwick Warriors Stadium. The number 1 seed taking on the number 8 seed in North Warren. 6 times Waldwick has scored over 40 points this season. This is a team with a lot of offensive weapons, including their outstanding running attack led by Ron Cruz and Tyree Lee. The defense, hard-hitting. Nick Dragonetti, from his linebacker position, has led a steel-clad defense for Waldwick this year. This is a tough bracket with Westwood waiting in the wings down the road, a potential championship match. But first things first, Waldwick will take on North Warren. Kickoff 7 p.m. Friday night right here at Waldwick, and the Warriors should prevail in that first-round game. So that's a look at some of the matchups coming up this weekend in the first weekend of playoff football here in New Jersey. And, of course, the games get tougher as we move along. Next week, we'll preview the sectional semifinals, and we hope you'll join us then. For everyone here at NJ Sports Media on the Sidelines, I'm Lou Brogno. We'll see you next week.